Bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the Hancock County Commission, May 2nd, 2013. Citizen presentation, Rick Wachowski, Mary H. Weir Library. Mr. Wachowski, would you come up to the microphone? Not your first time here, I know.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to be here. Commissioners, I'm here to ask for your help in publicizing a survey that's going on in Hancock County for our residents and our businessmen. But it is for the future of Hancock County that our residents participate in this. The Mary H. Public Library, I am one member, just one, with the Broadband Steering Committee that's being conducted by the Brooke Hancock Jefferson Planning Commission. Right now, across the state, sections of West Virginia are doing this survey regarding broadband, the status of and the mapping of broadband in their communities. This survey is being conducted in Brooke and Hancock County. I'm here for Hancock County to address you and asking your help to get the word out to our residents in Hancock County that we participate and input in this survey. What is it? It is a survey that the Planning Commission with contractors under the state that's going to map where we are right now with our infrastructure on internet. The average person thinks only of internet, but we're thinking about the future, and this is what this broadband study is going to provide. So for everyone at home and here, there are members of the communities throughout Hancock and Brooke. We tweaked this survey that is available online that you could perform at home or at your public library. What the status is that you're using your internet access. Even if you have it, maybe you don't have it. Why is this survey important? It's going to ask you something such as how old you are, what's your zip code. It won't ask you your name. It's anonymous. How many computers you have at home. Maybe you don't have any computers at home. Do you use the computers at the library? Well, if you don't have internet access at home, go to the Lynn Murray, the Swaney, and the Mary H. Public Library and put this URL in and take the survey. Talks about cost. Maybe if you do have an internet provider, what's the name? How much money are you paying? Are you satisfied with the provider? Maybe you're not satisfied with the provider. How many of us are downloading? Is the speed fast enough? Do you really know what your speed should be? It's going to be asking all of these types of questions. The Mary H. Public Library, when we addressed and went to the meetings to develop this survey, we asked that we include, which we're very proud of here, to include all access for citizens in Hancock County. And what we are concerned about is people with ADA, American Disability Act issues. Now, perhaps maybe we're walking around with our iPhones, we're communicating with Palm devices, maybe the truckers out there, but you never really think about the next person. Maybe you have someone at home, has to have physically handicapped devices. Maybe you are a caregiver. Maybe you go to the library and you check out a large print book. But what about all these other devices that might improve the quality of life? And that is what we're really concerned about. We want everyone to take this survey, and there are squares of, that you can add text, and you can make comments like, I'm a physically disabled person, and I use the internet. I use this communication function for my life. Now, these individuals are almost invisible, but maybe there's someone at home listening to this right now thinking, you know, I think I have a part in this. Go to this URL, and the URL is www.regionalbroadbandsurvey.com. www.regionalbroadbandsurvey.com. And this will be open until May 26th. It's important also to tell that there are two surveys. One is residential, that's for most of us, but also there's the business survey. And we were also able to get the American Disability Act reflected in the business survey. Now, who would do the business survey? Well, maybe you own the company, but maybe you work in the company. Maybe you do take orders over the phone. Did someone come in with a wheelchair? Did they talk with a special device? I know of students that I have seen in Hancock County schools that communicate in a wheelchair using a touchpad. That's remarkable. That family, that child needs to be represented in this broadband survey. Now, what are we going to do with the data? Well, BHJ will gather this data, and because it will have this information to reflect all members of the community and the imprint of where we are right now, that will be the potential for grant writing, for community development, for state and federal funds, for the infrastructure and communications and data for Hancock County. When I talk to people on the street, I can see it in their eyes. You know, I got internet. Oh, yes, I'm not interested. You know, okay, well, you do that, that's fine. And I know there's a complete wall there. There's no interest. But that kind of an attitude is going to keep us 5 years back, because we're not talking about now. They're using an infrastructure in this community that's 5 years old. We need to be talking about 5 years where we are today. And someday I'm going to be in a nursing home. Someday when I check in, I'm going to make sure that that nursing home has internet access, because I want to be in communication with everyone. And you know, our cameras...
Because we're not going to visit you. I can tell you that right now.
But our cameras, the larger megapixels and so forth, do you know, I'm going to ask everyone, don't tell me now, but do you know what the speed is on your internet connection? If you have a computer sitting on your kitchen counter, do you know what is the speed of it? Well, in that URL that I just gave you, you can take the test and find out what is the download speed and the upload speed. And it has a glossary to introduce to you some terms to understand what the infrastructure and the jargon is regarding this. But we would like everyone to participate. The more information that comes in, you know, I never thought of this. It's the stereotype that our farmers, our cattle or agricultural workers in Hancock County, they don't need the internet, right? They're out in the holla. Well, maybe they don't even have the access. I don't know that answer. But if they're at home, and if they don't have a computer at home, maybe it's because they don't have the poles or the satellite or whatever. Go to the Lynn Murray, the Swaney, the Mary H. Ware libraries, and sit down and input participation in the data there, so that the Brooke Hancock Jefferson Planning Commission can gather this data, that we could have a future with all this data for letting us to know what we are, what we aren't, and what we can be. And you know, I want to say this, I want to share this to everyone. You know, again, I'm excited about the future. I really believe that we're going to have people doing different things. I'm doing different things that I did 5 years ago. I'm doing things today that I just can't believe I'm doing. And just can you imagine what it's going to be like 5 years from now? Can you imagine the skills, the education? I mean, our children at home, what are they going to have What careers and what skills are they going to need? Talk about the technology. The General Electric Corporation is running an ad on television regarding the talking locomotive. I'm intrigued about it. And what it is it's a locomotive that, as I understand it, does inventorying, keeps the status of the cargo on board. It communicates as it's running. Can you imagine the kind of people who are using that, and the skills and the education, and what it takes to bring that locomotive through the communities? And when you think of our rivers and our rails and our barges and all the freight that moves through here, maybe we will have a talking locomotive, but maybe we need that infrastructure. So when you think about it, maybe there's nothing in it for me. I think it is. And it may be your bundle of joy, your children at home. It may be that real special person that needs the special devices, electronic communications for their quality of life. And I would like to say, too, the West Virginia Library Commission is sending out a survey in paper form, the survey, the same thing, 14-point font, to all the residents in Hancock County that are served by the Library Commission for special needs. And if you do receive any of those, maybe a family member received one, and you need assistance, again, it's anonymous, and there's no names on it. Even the Mary H. Rowe Library is not privy to the names. That's all handled by the Library Commission's Special Services Department. But we did not want them to be excluded. So they are getting them in their homes. And again, the deadline is May 26th. And you can also do it on your iPhone. Just plug it in and you can take the survey. Boy, I just find it amazing how our lives are changing. But if we can get the information into the survey, I've heard some places, and even in Weirton, you would think the stereotype that Weirton has all the internet access. There are business people saying they can't do this because it doesn't exist. I don't know about the farmland, the what's beyond Newell or what's beyond Chester, New Cumberland. I don't know. But I would like to ask your assistance in getting the public, our citizens, out in participating, providing this input, because that can't but help us with grant writing and the development of more infrastructure as we need it for the future. And with that, I know I've talked too long, and I really appreciate your help. You're really good to me. And please use your libraries. We say thank you, and please participate in the broadband. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mr.
Rick.
Rickhouse. Any questions?
I have no questions.
Moving on. Correspondence. Jackie Huff, Administrator, Hancock County Health Department, requesting approval to reappoint Rick Smith to the Hancock County Board of Health. In your packet, there's a posting of a position opening on the Hancock County Board of Health, closed on April 30, 2013. One letter of interest was received from Rick Smith requesting reappointment to the board. It is the recommendation that he be reappointed. Thank you for consideration of the matter. Jackie Huff, Administrator.
This is a tough one.
Oh, that's a real tough one.
Move to approve that request.
Do any of us have to recuse ourselves, because he does work for us back there on that camera? None? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Approval of hiring of summer employees. We've hired a group of summer employees this coming up, starting May 6th. They'll be starting next Monday. Dante Greco, Trey Smith, Stephanie Masters, Megan Beatty, Jordan Muckle, Gingy Ross, Paige Dalrymple, Taylor White, Paige Freeman, Charles Jones, Philip Poling, Josh Lehman, Jenny Mason, and Adriana Martinez, everywhere from cutting grass to working for the sheriff to working for each one of the elected officials. Do I have a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Third, approval of advertising for the Old Oak Glen High School Stadium seating, press backs, and all other field-related equipment. Mr. Schwartzman, you had some questions and some comments on this, I'm assuming.
In the The Chester is scratched, right?
The visitor side bleachers minus Chester portion has been scratched. Am I correct, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, the visitor side will include all of the bleachers on that side.
And as you know, we did sell the Weir High both sides of the bleachers there.
Correct. My only question was, what was it? Should we put the location of the Oakland, if we just have Oakland Football Stadium, say if someone 30, 40 miles away reads this, well, they know where Oakland Football Stadium, that was my only constructive comment was, I thought we should put the location. And the second comment I had was, Mr. Fahey, can I put this on Craigslist?
As long as you do it tastefully.
I'm hooked on Craigslist, and I sell a lot of stuff and buy a lot of stuff. So you reach a lot of people there. I didn't know whether I could do that just as an individual to throw that on there. Okay, you're going to get back to me on that.
The bids are as follows. We're going to do different bids depending on how it goes. Bid number 1 would be the visitor side bleachers. Bid number 2 would be the home side bleachers. Bid number 3 would be all other field-related equipment, fencing, scoreboard, and lights. Bid number 4 is the press box. And bid number 5 would be a bid for all number 1 through number 4. So a person could bid any way they wanted to. And as I said, we did sell both the home visitor section at Weir High Stadium and the visitor section at Weir High Stadium. I will accept a motion to put this bid out.
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Number 3, approval of the Abandoned Building Ordinance Committee bid for the demolition of 506 Jefferson Street in the amount of $5,870 by Ustock Corporation.
I'll move to approve.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Office of Technology and Communication requesting approval to activate our newly renovated website. We have all the pictures, everything's taken on this?
Yes, sir. At this point, we have all the updated photos on the website.
Okay.
Anything else, Zeke, we have to talk about? on that?
No, sir. Just that we've got a lot more information for the public, including videos of the meeting, so that citizens who don't have access to Comcast Channel 14 can now view this across the internet.
Oh, boy.
I'll accept a motion to approve.
Move to approve the request.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Requesting approval of change to the social media policy, Mr. Zelinski.
Yes, sir. The signature page to the social media policy had some redundant language. It was included in the body of the policy, but was confusing to some of the employees. I'm asking the commission to remove the last three sentences and just have the point of I have read and acknowledged the social media policy. Going to recirculate that signature page out to the employees.
Move to approve.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Sheriff's Department, and we had this discussion, the sheriff was going to skip this meeting today, of which we would have had to table those,
Don't trust you.
as of which he was late. He got here at
Don't trust you.
2:36. First thing on there, approval of SRT special project request to purchase ammunition for training in the amount of $4,500.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of SRT special project request to purchase a site for a new member in the amount of $550. It's in your packet.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of an SRT special project request to purchase an LED foregrip light and replacement batteries in the amount of $692.60.
60 cents.
I'm sorry, $692.60.
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve it. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Dog Ward, announcement dates for the annual rabies clinics. May 25th, 2013, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Hancock County Animal Shelter. June 15th, 2013, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Weirton City Building parking lot.
Move to approve.
There has been a motion to approve it. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of probates and estates.
Recommend approval as to form.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of exoneration orders.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of general county bills.
$51,530, excuse me, and the P card payment is $23,026.92.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of Oakland PSD bills.
There are none today.
Approval of fire allocation bills and requisitions.
They're okay to pay.
I move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of library levy fund bills and requisitions.
They're okay to pay.
Move to approve.
Where's Mr. Olmos? Rakowski, should we approve this? Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of animal shelter levy fund bills and requisitions.
I have one requisition from them for the amount of $8,346.45 as a reimbursement back for expenditures.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of sheltered workshop bills and requisitions.
They're okay to pay also.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Approval of minutes from March 2013.
Move to approve.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Sheriff, you have anything you want to bring today?
The only thing was mainly about the ammunition that we just approved
Okay.
to purchase. Is with the way ammunition is now, as far as the scarcity of it, if this comes in after the fiscal time limit, if it comes in at that time, what do we do in the past?
That's just an encumbrance.
Okay.
We bring, you're going to be requisitioning it now.
Absolutely.
If it's not paid for by June 30th, I bring it forward as an encumbrance, which is like a carryover balance because it has not been paid.
Just as long as I don't lose the money, I don't care.
No, we take care of that.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Sheriff. Counselor?
I completed the first draft of the Kennedy Marina, and I think we're going to meet on that later. There was also, a request for a Meals on Wheels through the commission, and I had written an opinion that I do not believe you can participate in that, but apparently it hasn't arrived in the mail yet.
I did talk to the lady yesterday, Mrs. Pearson, what it was, and told her I believe that's where we were headed with that, so. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Counselor. Ms. Cindy? Mr. Alonji?
Actually, I just wanted to remind everybody that at the two rabies clinics, we will have staff selling dog licenses as always.
Well, good. Good. Anything from the Office of Emergency Services today?
Not at this time, thank you.
From 911? Mr. Vitus, anything to bring before the commission today? Mr. Zelinski?
Nothing more today.
Ms. Eleanor? Mr. Swartzmiller?
Nothing.
Mr. Davis?
No, sir.
I did receive a letter today from the governor, and it says, on behalf of the governor and his wife, the West Virginia Sesquicentennial Commission kindly asks for your assistance in selecting a representative from your county to participate in the 150th birthday celebration parade on June 22nd, 2013, during the sesquicentennial birthday celebrations in Charleston. Our goal is to have representatives from all 55 counties. We are seeking community and civic groups, military and law enforcement organizations, middle school and high school bands, as well as youth organizations. We hope you share this letter along with the enclosed registration form with the group you select to represent your county in the parade. So if there's any groups out there who would like to participate in this parade, June 22nd, 2013, in Charleston, you will be responsible for your own travel and all your expenses. Would you please contact the county commission? Thank you. That's going to be a fun, there's a lot of things going to be happening. I think the legislature will be in Wheeling on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, celebrating the sesquicentennial. And at the Weirton Event Center on Friday night, June 21st, there'll be a celebration of sesquicentennial with a balloon launch with 150 young children and cake and giveaways and fireworks and bands. So get out and celebrate 150th birthday of West Virginia.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Having that, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned.